Hello friends, the topic of this video is distributed database in data warehousing. So in this video we will see what is distributed database, what is its advantage over individual database, then what are the types of distributed database, and then data storage, what are the types of data storage in distributed database and its benefits. So let us start. So before starting actual topic, so assume that there is computer one, or you have data and you have stored the data into the single computer. Now when your organization grows, the data also grows, so it is not possible to accommodate all the data in the single computer. So what you will do in that case, so you can divide the data into multiple computers. Now there should be provision to distribute the data. So if your database is not supporting distribution, then you cannot distribute the data. Another disadvantage is if this computer fails. If this computer fails, then complete system can go down. So you have complete dependency on single computer. So what is the solution? The solution is what you can do. If you have too much data and it is not possible to accommodate in single computer, you can divide it into multiple machines. So this is the example. This is the example of distributed database. Assume that there are four machines, 1, 2, 3, 4, and data is divided among these four machines. So instead of relying on single computer, the data is divided. Now if any of the machine fails, then the data can be taken from another computer. So what you can do, you can create replica of the data among the computers or among the machines. So this is nothing but distributed database. So in distributed database, the data is distributed among multiple computers. So instead of instead of using one computer, it is distributed on multiple computers. So and this is the concept of distributed database. Now there are two types of distributed database. First one is homogeneous database, and second one is heterogeneous database. So there are two types of distributed database. Now homogeneous database means complete data is evenly distributed. Assume that there is 100 GB of data. So one machine, you have divided into four machines. So one machine can accommodate 25 GB, 25 GB, 25 GB, and 25 GB. So this is your data is uniformly distributed, and all the four machines are supporting the same format, or they are using the same format. So whenever query is fired, so there will be no complexity to get the answer. So this is nothing but homogeneous database. Now what is heterogeneous database? In heterogeneous database, the data is randomly distributed, or you can say there is no uniformity. So if there is 100 GB of data, here you will find 50 GB, 10 GB, 10 GB, and 30 GB. Another or another way is, or you can say in heterogeneous database, the machines are using different formats. So whenever query is fired, you there may be complexity, or you may not get the answer properly. So that is heterogeneous database. So it is better if you follow the homogeneous database in distributed database. Now let us see the next topic. The next topic is data storage. Now you can store the data in two ways in distributed database. First one is replication, and second way is fragmentation. Replication and fragmentation. So what is replication? What you can do, here there are four machines. So you can store the data in two machines, and you can create the replica of these two machines in M3 and M4. So you are creating the replication of the data. Now disadvantage of this approach is, suppose data is continuously updated, so you have to update these two machines also. Okay, so there will be redundancy of the data, and If there are transactions are happening, then you have to continuously update it. So there may be data inconsistency. So this is the biggest disadvantage of the replication. Now next is fragmentation. Now what is fragmentation? You have divided the data among the 4 machines. Suppose there is 100 GB of data, you can create 25, 25, 25 and 25 GB of data is distributed among the machines. So this is nothing but fragmentation. So it will remove the problem of redundancy as well as data inconsistency also. So since there is no dependency of the data in between 4 machines, so you will not find any inconsistency of the data. So these are the 2 techniques where through which the data can be stored in distributed database. Now talking about advantages, the distributed database is independent of hardware. So one machine, suppose it is having 8 GB of RAM, this machine can have 6 GB of RAM, this machine can have 12 GB of RAM. So there may be independent of hardware. And then uh, fault tolerance is the biggest advantage. So if any of the machine fails, suppose this machine fails, then the machine data can be extracted from another machines. So complete system will not go down. So this is the biggest advantage. And then communication cost can be reduced. Suppose if query is fired and all the data is extracted through machine M1, so there is no need to go through machine M2, M3 and M4. So cache can be created and then data can be extracted much faster. So communication cost can be reduced. So these are the advantages of distributed database. So that's it for this video. I hope you understand the concept of distributed database. So thank you. If you like the video, then please subscribe, like and share. Thank you.